I remember one year I went through this really, really deep depression, and one of my friends was trying to hang out that particular month. And every time she would ask me, I would be like, "Girl, no, I'm good. Like I can't. No, I got something to do." And I was just kind of blowing her off, and she would ask me, and then finally I mustered up the strength to tell her like, "I'm depressed, child. I'm sad. Okay, and I just don't feel like I would be any fun if I came, and I didn't want to come out the house." And what she told me really, really did change how I viewed myself and like the way that I was operating. She was like, you don't have to be okay for us to hang out. Like, she was like, you don't have to perform for me if that's what you feel like. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was an option. I was like, wow, like you're right. I don't. And then it made me look at myself and I was like, wait, have is this what I've been doing this entire time? Have I just been performing? And is that the reason why I feel so drained around people? And I'm like, oh, I was like, the reason why I feel so drained around everybody all the time is because I'm always performing for them. Everything is always a performance. Like, it's like, oh well, hi guys and whatever, whatever. Of course you're gonna be drained by the time you leave the hangout. Of course you're gonna be drained by the time like you go home, because every time you hang out with your friends, you feel the need to put on a performance, and you don't allow yourself to show up authentically as you are. And sometimes we want to just like cast the blame onto everybody else and be like, no, I just feel so drained around them. Like they just drain my energy. Like they just take away from me. And while sometimes that may be true, a lot of the times it's because you are not allowing yourself the space to be vulnerable, to be open, to be emotional, to be anything other than the character that you have created for that particular person. Because sometimes we find ourselves creating different personalities for different people. Now, obviously, you have different friends and you have like different ways that you operate with different friends, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally changing all of who you are to fit somebody else or your perception of what they think of you. And I think that that part is so draining. And if a lot of us, I feel like, are dealing with that, because I did and I experienced it, and I feel like because of that, that is why sometimes we become more introverted. Like we're like, ugh, like I don't want to go out. I don't want to be around people. It's so draining. It's so whatever, whatever. And it's simply because you are not allowing yourself to be real. You're not allowing yourself to show up authentically. Like, you know what, today you want to hang out, we can hang out, but like I really just, I'm not in a mood, like I don't feel well or whatever, whatever, like mentally, or I just got off of work, and yet we can hang out, but I'm gonna be really tired. And you know God bless if you have friends who are willing to be like, oh, like, girl, come over and we can have a movie night. And if we fall asleep during the movie, at least we ate and we watched the movie and we spent some time together. And that is cool. That is fine by me. And I think that's such an important thing. And it really made me look at myself when I had that interaction with her, because I was like, I literally do this with everybody. I'm always in this state of performance. And obviously, it's because of some childhood trauma, because every fucking thing is from childhood. It's a childhood trauma thing. So obviously it's from that. But I remember one of my therapists, he told me, he was like, yeah, like, he said, you're a really good performer. I'm thinking he talking about my singing. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, how did you know that? Like, I feel like, but he was like, no, like, when the cameras cut on, and the cameras are not just when the actual cameras cut on, but when it's time to be in front of people, when the cameras cut on, you immediately snap into character, because don't let them see you sweat, don't let them see you cry, don't let them get the best of you, don't let them have one up over on you. And I had to realize that everybody is not out to get you, right? Now, mind you, there are people who are bad, who are fake, who are phony, who are whatever, whatever, but that's not everybody. Everybody in the world is not out to get you. And I think that we have a lot of like, within our culture, and especially what we see on social media, like, it's a whole lot of, don't let them do this to you. And I can admit, I've made videos like that where I'm like, don't let people da 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 because it's important to talk about. But at the same time, it's like, you know, we see so much of that to the point to where that's all we can perceive, and that's the only that we see people through, that filter, that negative filter. We think that, oh, like everybody's envious of me and everybody's jealous of me and everybody has an ulterior motive, when in reality that's just not true. Everybody doesn't have an ulterior motive. Some people genuinely do want the best for you. Some people genuinely do want to see you healed, and God bless if you find those people. And I pray that we all find that group of people or that person who makes us feel seen, who is not jealous, who is not envious of us, but genuinely wants to see us succeed with every bone in their body. And it's important that we also be that person for other people that we meet, that we want the best for them and that we hope that they heal and that they have more. And we also need to create spaces for each other to be vulnerable. You don't feel good, that's okay. You don't have to always feel good with me. You're depressed, that's okay. You don't always have to be happy. You don't have to be a character for me. I want you to be your authentic self. I want you to be who you are for your pride. Like, I want you to be all of who you are. I want you to be you. I want, like, if you come to me today and you say, man, I know you want to hang out, but I'm just not feeling it. I want to be the person to say, okay, if you don't feel like hanging out, that's fine, right? That's cool. There's no love lost, right? If you do still want to hang out, we can sit, we can eat, you can talk about whatever you need to talk about, or we can just sit in silence. But you are still my friend, even if you're depressed. And it really bothers me when I see or I experience people who their friends get depressed, and when their friends get depressed, they're like, I don't want to be friends with you no more. Or they cut the person off because they got sad, because they got depressed. Like, I can understand if somebody is like draining you, but if your friend is just sad, then be there for them and let that be that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that was the lesson that my friend taught me, and I love her so much. And we don't talk as much as we used to in that at that time period, but I still love her with all of my heart, because that conversation, and she doesn't even know that conversation literally changed the way that I view myself and the way that I operate in friendships. And it made me realize a lot of stuff about myself. So I hope that my clarity clears up some of your confusion as well, because that is what I learned and I just wanted to share it with you. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I hope that y'all subscribe, and I hope that you come back for more, and all of the things. So yes, peace.